Hello everyone, this is Jack Wu, your host for Success Edge. I had to do an outdoor episode of Success Edge today. The weather is absolutely gorgeous outside. Listen guys, there are absolutely no undefeated entrepreneurship in this world. If you're running a company, you're running a business, you are in sales, you're gonna bound to fail many times throughout your career. The differences between the top 1% and the rest is very simple. The top 1% entrepreneurs in this world today, they know how to bounce back from failures when they have major setbacks. Now, I've been in the business for 20 years. A lot of people ask me, have you ever experienced this? Have you ever experienced failures like that? Have you ever experienced the setback that I am experiencing? My answer always has been, really? You really think that anyone who can become top 1% of their industry and became master of an industry and eventually became an expert that other people go to for advice, and they haven't been through major setbacks? Any real entrepreneurs who have built successful business, who have built a substantial amount of people in their organization, they know how to bounce back from failures. Okay, so today I want to share with you my few pointers. What exactly do you need to do if you are going through some hardship in your business today and eventually rise back up and get to that ultimate level that you want to achieve one day, okay? Pointer number one, when you are failing in your business, when you have major setback, the first thing that I want you to do is to recognize that failures are part of your growth, okay? And I said it earlier, I think the sexiest thing being an entrepreneur is that when you take off your clothes, people can see your scars, okay? People can see your bruises, because those are the people who's been through and done it and eventually learn from it. Not only you have to recognize that that's part of business, but also try to find out the roots. What made you have certain setbacks? For example, what I mean by that is that if today you're not seeing whatever results you're looking for, it is because the effort that you put in doesn't match the results. So the key is that you gotta find out, why did you fail? Why is your business not growing? Maybe it's work ethic, right? That could be one of the root. Maybe you're not putting enough hours, you're being lazy, you're being complacent. It could be you're not leveraging the right people in your company. That could be a root to your failures, right? You don't have to be great in everything. You just have to be great on leveraging the right people in your company, in the industry, to help you to build your business. So my point is that recognize what kind of roots are causing your failures is key component number one to bounce back. Pointer number two, learn from your mistakes. And one of the biggest thing about, being a successful entrepreneur is to eventually learn what not to do. We always learn from other people what to do and keep doing that. But one of the big thing about me is that as I elevating in my business career and building my business, I also learned the other side of the coin, which is what not to do. The other day, I had a mentorship lunch with a group of my people in my company, and one of this lady, she's been through a bad relationship with a boyfriend, a current boyfriend. She asked me some personal question, and I said to her, I said, look, how long have you been with this guy? And she said, I've been with this guy for over 5 years now. And my response was pretty shocking to her. And I look at her, it's not your boyfriend's fault anymore, all right? It is your fault, because you already been with this dude for 5 years. And if you've been mistreated, if you already that he has some major issue and he's not gonna change, if you decide to stay with this person, whose fault is that? You can't blame on other people all the time. It is your fault now. So in the business world, I feel it's the same way. Is when you are not seeing results, when your business failing, when your people are not following you, most of the time I can tell is because you are not doing something right. It is your job to recognize what kind of mistakes did you make, instead of putting all the blames to other people all the time. Then once you understand and you're being self-aware of certain mistakes that you made, then it is very important for you to accept, some consequences if you continue to do so. It is very important for you to accept the responsibilities that if your business is growing, it's because of you. If your business is dying, it's also because of you. And the key is, are you able to recognize those mistakes and make a commitment what not to do again with those mistakes that you made? That's pointer number two. Pointer number three is reset and readjust a new set of goals, right? And the key words are what? Reset and readjust. Sometimes you set a goal, it's right here, and you didn't do it the last 6 months. You just have to reset it with the same goal because you recognize you were not working hard enough, right? And you can really make a commitment again and hit it hard again, or readjust it. What does that mean? It means that sometimes you are failing because you set a goal so big, it's become unreasonable, right? Let's just say in your lifetime, your annual income is average about 60 grand a year, and you're joining a business and you say, hey, I want to make $1 million this year. How realistic is that? That's not very exciting. Am I right saying that? So I like a goal. It's like, you're making average 60 grand a year and you come into a new business and you say, you know what, this year I want to make about 80 grand a year. I like that goal because it's above your norm. It's above your capability. But if you go in there and say, you know what, I want to save $500,000 this year, and when your bank account is negative $50,000, how realistic is that? Either you reset your goal or readjust your goal. And once you determine the specific goal, all you got to do is what? Reverse engineer now. Point number 4 is learn how to win small battles before you go to war. The way you build up your confidence is not to try to go after the big thing, big goals, right? Certainly that's what we are absolutely chasing after. But for me, for many years, I learned how to hit smaller goals and eventually raise up my confidence, and I start to have confidence, and eventually my goals became bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So learn how to win small battles. Then eventually you raise your standard of excellence, you raise it to a bigger goal. Because once you have confidence, then you know you can do it. And the last pointer to bounce back from failures is be consistent with your action and work ethic. Everybody can show up whenever they feel like it. But I tell you right now, what separates the big winners and average winners, average people, is very simple. They show up and they are being consistent with their work ethic and their action plan when they don't feel like it. I mean, just imagine this. Today, somebody is paying you millions of dollars watching you acting. Let's say you are a professional actor. And all of a sudden this morning, you encounter some personal issue with your family and you're not feeling good. You're feeling sad, as a matter of fact. Well, if somebody's paying you millions of dollars, are you going to still show up to work? And let's say that you happen to be in a comedy movie and your role is to make people laugh. And today you're feeling sad. What are you going to do? You're going to stay home for the next 30 days and continue to feel sad? Or you're going to show up to work when you don't feel like it and still make other people laugh? That's the difference between professionals and experts and then amateurs. Those are the 5 pointers that can literally position yourself to bounce back from major failures. And understand, there are no undefeated entrepreneurship in this world. You're gonna fall on your faces on the ground many, many times. But how do you bounce back? Determine how high you fly. All right, guys? I hope my episode today can help you to understand how do you bounce back from major setbacks and failures. Until then, guys, I want to see every single one of you at my next episode of Success Edge. Take care.